Hi there. Thanks for joining the Pause Fast Forward program. We're going to be releasing a video similar to this every couple of weeks, and very much hope you can join me on this program. My name's Jerry Hopkins, and I wanted to start off this program by thinking about kind of a bit of an end point about where we're going with this, and make a suggestion about where that might be. We are, as we talked about, it's about improving thinking time, how you do it on your own, in groups, the energy you apply to it, and whether you kind of do too much of it, too little of it, etc., and how effective that is. It can be focused, it can be unfocused thinking time. But at the moment, it's very much under attack. And this program is about how you can establish better habits of thinking time going forward to achieve more of what is success for you. So I wanted to start off by doing a bit of an analogy that you may have seen before. Not the potatoes. You'll see this. There's a group of potatoes here. These are new potatoes that I've decided to grow this year. They are currently what's called chitting, where the new growths are coming up in the sunshine. But that's what's happening at the moment. But in order to prepare the ground for these new potatoes, I had to dig over some ground. And when I was doing so, I came across quite a lot of rocks and quite a lot of gravel as well. And between you and me, I may have added a few more for this demonstration purposes. Okay, and these rocks, they represent, in the analogy we're going to use, which you may have seen before, these represent the things that are kind of most important to you. They may not necessarily be particularly urgent. They may not necessarily be things that are going to take up a lot of time. But these rocks are the things that are kind of most important to your life. It might be things around health. It could be around relationships, around causes that are most important to you. It could be around work, things that are kind of really, really important to you. So what I'd like you to do is just maybe pause this video for a second and have a think about what are the rocks for you, the things that you need to get done that are kind of aligned to the things that are kind of most important to you. It might be spending time with family and friends. It could be fitness, things that you do. It could be things around work that you're committed to getting done, or causes you're involved. So just pause the video and have a think about what your rocks are. Put them down on a list. Quite a useful exercise to do. Great. Okay. So the rocks represent the things that are most important to you, and the gravel is kind of all the stuff on your to-do list. However you kind of put that together, however you hold that, whether it's sort of via email, on some sort of time management system, etc. But all the stuff you kind of have to get done, and it's kind of quite important, but it's also quite urgent. It's a bit sort of deadline specific. So that's all the gravel represents. That'll be in your system, whatever it is. And this jar I've got here, this represents kind of 100% of your time. Okay, this would be an analogy you may have seen before. If you simply do all the stuff you have to get done and put that all into the jar first. So carefully. The issue is that when you've done all that and then you try and put the rocks in afterwards, however carefully you do it, what you'll find is that the rocks don't all fit into the jar. They kind of spill over the top, and you can't close the jar. So a better way to handle this is and to get kind of everything done is to have a bit more faith in getting the rocks done first. So put them into the jar first. I'll just demonstrate that. So if you decide to actually put the things that are most important to you into your diary first, sorry, into the jar first, we'll make appointments, make sure it's going to happen, other people, etc. But put them into the jar first, and put them carefully so don't break the jar. Put them into the jar like such. What you'll find is that when you come to pour in the gravel, it will now all actually fit into the jar. In fact, you can now close the jar, and it's completely full. But what I suggest to you is that doing that, while it's good from a sort of time management perspective, And it does work. If you put the things in that are most important to you first, you do find that the rest of the stuff, there is time to do it. It feels a bit exhausting. The jar is completely full. There's pretty much no space and time to think apart from the cracks between the gravel and rocks. Okay, so I'm going to suggest to you doing something a bit different, which is kind of where this program is pointed at, where we might differ a bit from the analogy you've seen. And that is to take a bit of a hard look at the rocks and consider whether or not they really are very important to you. There's a joke that Tommy Cooper used to tell, which was that I went to the doctors and I said to the doctor, every time I do this, it hurts. And the doctor said very sensibly, well, don't do it then. So there's a bit of that. So think about the rocks you've got. Think about, look at them carefully and think, actually, do you know what? In retrospect, I don't really think that is as important. I'm going to put that on one side. I'm still going to put the rocks that are important into my diary first. That's what I'd like you to try doing. Put them in, make sure you prioritize time for it, set up meetings, whatever has to be done to make sure that those rocks get done. But keep looking at the rocks carefully and think about that one looked quite attractive, but actually when I turned it over a bit, it actually wasn't quite aligned to what was important. I'm going to put that one to one side as well. But the other ones I'm actually going to keep moving into my jar. Because I know that's sort of good from a time management perspective. I'm going to create more time by putting the rocks into the jar first. And also have a think about the gravel. What's in the gravel? Have a sort through it. Warren Buffett, who runs an organization called Berkshire Hathaway, one of the most successful organizations in the world in terms of, it's worth billions of dollars, has very few office staff, in terms of its core. He has something called his avoid at any cost list. And when things get onto his avoid at any cost list, he simply doesn't do them anymore. And he's very good at that. And it could be sort of habits, it could be things you're involved with, it could be things when you think about what's really important to you, you think actually in retrospect, why am I involved with that, doing that? Some of this actually, they aren't actually bits of gravel, they're kind of bits of sandstone, etc. So I'm going to take this stuff out that kind of really isn't, kind of had a sort through it, and it isn't as important to me as I thought at the beginning. So I'm going to put to the side something like that. So I'd really think about what you've got to get done, what should kind of be on your kind of avoid any cost list. So still put the rocks in first, make time for things that are most important to you first, put them into your diary first, make sure they get done, and then the gravel. What you'll see that creates is a jar that is now only about sort of 80% full. So you've got sort of between 10 to 20% of space left, which gives you more time to think. Maybe if you find some rocks or that you actually want to put in, it also gives you time to do those too. So add some things in as well. But that's a far more sustainable way to operate. So what I'd like you to do is over the next couple of weeks, before before you notch the next part of this series, have a look at that list of rocks. Carefully consider what should be on it. If it is all stuff that's very much aligned to what you're about and is important to you, put them still into the diary first. That's good from a time management perspective. Then have a look through your kind of to-do list and think about what you spend your time on. Think what should I take out that? What should be on my avoid at any cost list? What should I delegate to other people, etc. And then obviously get those things done that you kind of remain on your list, and have a go at operating like that and see what you find the benefits are and the thinking time it then creates. So that's some of that capacity to create in this jar to make it a sustainable, enjoyable way to operate. So thanks for listening to this video. Hope you found it useful. Let me know how you get on. Do share it with friends and family. Please do subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. And then the next time we release a video, it'll be on something called the 5-minute rule, about how we all have 5 minutes to think, even if we don't think we do. So I shall look forward to seeing you then. Bye for now.